So hello and good evening, this is Ruth Pasolo from Curbal.com, and today is time again for another DAX Fridays. And I can't believe that I haven't done this amazing little function before. I actually look for it. Was somebody that asked, and I said, I've done it. I haven't. Okay, no problem. Super useful function, like really useful, really easy to use. Just need a little bit of understanding of how it works and you'll love it. So same period last year, let's check what this beauty does. So if we look at what Microsoft says about this function, it says returns a table that contains a column of dates shifted 1 year back in time from the dates specified in the specified dates column in the current context. So basically what it does is you give it a month and it will give you the same month a year back. If you give 2 months, it will give you 2 months the same year back. And if you haven't used it before, you might wonder, okay, why would you do that? Well, this is very useful when you have a seasonal business. And with seasonal business, it means business that repeat on specific months. So for example, let's say that I run an ice cream truck and I want to compare sales. I can't compare sales from December to, or I would say sales from September to sales from August, because obviously the sales in August will be always higher, always. So to know if I'm really growing, I will have to compare sales in September with September the previous year, and sales in August with August the previous year. And there are a lot of business out there that are seasonal. You have hotel businesses, well, tons of businesses that occur seasonally. And then you don't want to compare to the previous month, you want to compare it to the exact same month the previous year. And this little function does it very well, super easy to do. Let's do it. Okay, so here we are in Power BI. We're using the North Wind database that we always use. It is free for use, and link below on how to access this. And what we have here, I'm actually using the same file that I did last DAX Fridays video, where we explain previous day, previous month, previous quarter, and previous year. Because we're going to see the same period last year against previous year. I'm guessing like, Ruth, why are you comparing that? In case there's somebody that wonders, we'll do that. But first of all, same period last year. How do we do that? You go to the table where we host at the moment these measures, and this is same period last year. And this is super simple. Calculate. What are we going to calculate? The total sales, right? When? Same period last year. And what do you put in same period last year? You have to put your dates, and you have to put your dates from your calendar. Our calendar is called dim date. And there you are. So this is, you don't see anything. A little bit more. So this is our calendar, and this is the date. If you have created a calendar and you have marked it as a date, you can see it on this little symbol. The only thing you need to do is to put that in there, and it will just work. You don't have to do anything else. It's just that easy, because this function here, same period last year, contains everything you need for it to work. That's why these time intelligence functions are so useful. So now that we have created it, we put it in here. Sort in order, so we actually see something, and put it with 1,000 separators. Okay, so should we check this out? This is how it looks. In May, this is in May 1998 we have this year, let's say that is 1998, it's not, but 18,000 in sales, okay? This little function says the same period last year it was 53,000. So to know if this is true, we have to go 1 year back. So 1 year back from 1998 is 1997 May. So if we find this in there, it's in here, and look at that. It's exactly the same. So it works perfect, right? So after that, everything that follows should give the same numbers, and it's actually giving it. If you can, I mean, if you quickly look, you can see that you get exactly the same numbers. So it's really, really useful. And the only thing you need to have is a calendar, and then Power BI will do everything for you. Really, really neat. So one word of caution, because I was using this for a customer last week, and it was a little bit of confused, like how does it work? And not so much how this works, this is like super clear, but what we have there, it was total sales in a card. Let's put it so we actually see the numbers. And then we had the same period last year in a card also. So there, same period last year. And we had then a date. We started like this actually, a date filter. And then they were moving these up and down and saying, we didn't have that. They just have the total numbers, and I said, what am I looking at that? What periods are those? And it's not so easy to see, right? Especially not with this calendar, because you can't really tell, I mean, in your mind, like what, it takes so long to see. It's like period from 1997, September till, oh. So one thing, we changed that to, just to explain it. If we click on there, year month, and then I put up this table, and I said, okay, if you select May, it will give you 18,000 and then the 53,000 that we saw before. So the easiest way is to just copy that, put it in there, and then edit interactions and make sure that this filter does not filter in there, so we can actually see in here all data. Okay, it's so much easier. So let's put these two things in there, and this is a complete table up. So now we are seeing everything. So let's look at that. We have $19.98 May. It was 18,000. We have it here, and it was same period last year, which is what it says here, 53,000, and then we go again to May, 53,000. That works perfectly. Okay, so we choose another month then. What will it give us? It will give us 2 months. So we go in there and we see, okay, this is the sum of those two, and this is the sum of 53, these two, which are basically these two. Right, so it is moving, it's giving you the same months that you select for the previous year. So you select 3, it gives you 3, you select 4, it gives you 4. The question is, what happens if you haven't loaded the entire table? So what happens if I choose, let's say, July 25, 26, Here it starts to get a little bit confusing, because as you can see, we haven't loaded the data. So this is 1997. We have 1997 July, 1996 July. There is no, sorry, it's June. Let's go back. This is 1997 June. There is no data for that, so that's why it's given us blank. But when you are adding things, so if you would choose, I would like to know the sales for the entire July, 1997, sorry. So we said I wanted to take these ones. Take that one, take that one. So now I have the entire 1997. What you can see here is that this number is correct. We have the entire 1997, but because we don't have all the months in July, this is giving us just up to, so it's giving us December to July. And if the business started there, no problem, then this is correct. But if it's just because we didn't load the data, then we're actually misleading. So this is not true. It's just that we don't have the data. So you have to be very careful when you put this into cards, because it could give you the wrong numbers. They were reacting and said, okay, no, it's not possible that we sold 208,000 the year before. We know that we sold more. That, yes, it's just that the entire data set is not chosen. It's not loaded. So what you need to do is basically, what we did, it was we didn't want to load any more data, so we just limited the calendar. I can't do it in here because it's 1998 and not current date, but we limited so you can only choose up to there. So no, it's actually up to there. So we make sure that the periods that are chosen, there is actually data for the previous year. I just wanted to make that clear because it could be a confusion, and also you might need to explain how this little function works when you have this type of slicer, because it's not intuitive as to what is being shown in here. It is actually, so you can say the same months that you have here is the previous year, but I think it's easier when you actually show it. So it's easy to see. I think I made this video perhaps a bit too long that is needed, but it is, I find that it is not so easy to understand how it works. So hopefully this will allow you to explain also in case you're asked exactly how this little measure works. So this is all for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you are celebrating Easter, happy Easter, everybody. I will be taking some days off, but I'm trying to pre-record all the videos, so hopefully you will get a video anyway the entire next week. Again, you like this video, let me know by liking it, share it with somebody, subscribe if you're new, and click the bell for notifications so you know when I publish new videos, okay? Other than that, have a great vacation if you have one, and I'll see you again on Monday. Take care, bye!